How important do you think devices are when it comes to the skincare world?
Yeah, well, Ryan and Mark both alluded to this earlier, right? It's one of the most important categories in all of personal care. In fact, it is the fastest growing category in all of personal care right now at over 16%.
Wow.
If you think about that, the closest second is color cosmetics at only 6 or 7%. So you can see the tremendous opportunity that creates for all of our sales leaders. It's in many ways like they've got a tailwind at their back. They're talking to consumers that are already excited and interested in this type of technology coming to their home.
So how do Nu Skin's devices compare to the other devices that are out there in the market? Because there's a lot to choose from.
Yes, that's a good question. So Nu Skin is the world leader in at-home beauty devices. And we've strategically chosen 3 different approaches for these smart skincare systems, as we call them internally. So first of all, the ageLOC Galvanic Spa uses the science of microcurrent for the skin. ageLOC LumiSpa, the science of motion in the skin, and finally ageLOC Me, the science of topical actives and how they work with the skin. So that approach very much helps a broad appeal for what we have to offer. And then in addition to that, if you look back in the last 12 months, we've sold over 2 million of these devices, these smart skincare systems throughout the world. And that makes us the leader in the category. If you look just at LumiSpa, we're watching this very closely. We're predicting that in 2019 we'll sell over 2 million LumiSpas all by itself, not even counting our other devices. So,
wow.
Yeah, and if that's the case, that would make it the most successful at-home beauty device launch ever.
Goodness. That's extraordinary, isn't it?
Yes, it's exciting.
And it's great to be the leader, isn't it? It's great to be front, but you have to work hard to maintain that position. So,
sure.
if we break it down to a bit more detail, what areas does Nu Skin need to lead in to keep that position?
Yeah, that's a great question. So in my opinion, leadership is a combination of both substance and style. And so if you look on the substance side, we've talked about the science. Everyone here knows that science is really a core part of who we are. Mm-hmm. So each one of these smart skincare systems begins with the best science in the world. Many times this science originates within Nu Skin itself and has never been exactly put together in that way before. So science is where it all begins for us. But it's not just academic. We have to know that these devices, when they get in the hands of our distributors, in the hands of consumers, that they're going to perform. And that these devices, when you use them, these systems together with the topical product that is designed to work together with the device, that people are going to see the results. That not only when we do clinical studies, we see the results from a technical perspective, but when you look in the mirror or when you see somebody for the first time, they absolutely know that something's different. And often, as people in this room know, you get asked, like, what are you using? Because it makes such a visible difference. So the products have to perform. So science and performance. And then finally, the style part, right? So these devices are beautiful. We take a lot of pride in their design. We spend a lot of time in the way they're designed, not only to look great, but to feel great. And if we can, to create an experience that keeps you coming back. A little ritual, a little indulgence, if you will. Every day you begin your day in a way that you look forward to.
A little me time.
That's absolutely right.
We all like a bit of me time, don't we?
Yeah.
Definitely. So as a consumer, someone coming from the outside, there are so many devices to choose from. Do I need to pick just one?
Well, that's a good question because, as I said before, we've taken 3 different scientific approaches to these 3 skincare systems, and so it shouldn't really be a surprise that if you use them together, there's an additive or synergistic effect. So I brought a couple charts to take a look at and to illustrate this phenomenon, because what this shows is a clinical study that we conducted where we took half of the participants and they used ageLOC Me. And the other half used ageLOC Me, but they also added LumiSpa, ageLOC LumiSpa, into their regimen. So these bars represent the additional benefit that the participants who used both skincare systems together received over and above people that just use Galvanic, which has amazing benefits on its own. So you can see some of these tremendous increases. They're not small, 60, 70, over 100% increases in these things that people actually notice